That was the walk-off on Friday night by Christian Walker. That was the peak of the weekend. After that, it stunk for the Astros. Welcome in, everybody, on a Monday here on 95.7 The Fan, week 2 of the new FM signal. Got to test drive that bad boy, driving around town a lot this weekend. I enjoy our weekend shows that we've got going on. I listened to, on the way to practice, listened to Paul Gallant and Chris Partee yesterday, and driving home from practice. Texans practice, listen to a little Brandon Scott and Zach Gelb. Yeah. We got some good stuff going on the weekends here.
I haven't been able to listen to Brandon and Zach together. Are they doing like more of a nationally
No,
thing?
it's Houston.
Zach's plugging into Houston.
In fact, they had Sean Salisbury on yesterday.
Oh, okay,
He
cool.
was good, man.
Oh, good. All right. So Zach's like diving in deep into Houston.
And other markets, too. Like, Zach, he had his show on the network,
right,
and then he didn't have his show on the network, but he still is with Odyssey, technically. Right. And so he's kind of, from what I understand, he's kind of doing this in a few cities where he's just keeping keeping his hamstrings loose, staying in the game.
I was asked to do a Rams post-game show on a podcast. So I was like, cool.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
I'm an odd choice.
Yeah.
I'm not going to check the comments in this stream. But it was kind of fun because it's an NFC team, so I don't feel guilty kind of pretending I'm a Rams fan for 3 hours. So I was on the message boards. I was getting frustrated with Stetson Bennett the same way other Rams were. And then I was getting excited for Ty Simpson.
Yeah.
Look at this young kid. Best performance ever by a rookie quarterback. IMO.
Yeah.
No, it was it's that time of year.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Ty Simpson thing was funny. People, there was Chase Daniel. Everybody owes Dan Orlovsky a big apology. Don't worry, it'll be in Take-A-Mania on Friday.
Right.
Yeah. Like everybody owes, because Orlovsky. Remember, Orlovsky was the one voice in the wilderness about how good Ty Simpson was going to be.
Yeah.
And Chase Daniel. Everybody owes Dan Orlovsky a big apology. I'm like, if you have a strong take on a week 1 preseason game, like it means something that's overarching and permanent.
Well, especially
you should have your card pulled.
More so with positive performances than negative performances. Graham Mertz went 16 for 18 in his final preseason game last year.
Yeah.
Where was Chase Daniel on that one?
Exactly.
Where's my apology?
Exactly.
For never having actually voiced any kind of opinion one way or the other on Graham Mertz. Yeah.
Right. So the Astros still in first place as we awake this morning. Up 2 games on the Rangers. And 4 games on the Mariners. That's the most disappointing thing, is they had a chance to put away the team that has grown into the most annoying team for me, and that's the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah.
And they didn't do that this week. And in fact,
that's right. Yeah, you were feeling like you could put them in their grave.
You could if you swept them. I mean, they were up 5 games on the Mariners going into the weekend.
Yeah.
You sweep them at home, and they're 8 games out with a month and a half to play. I mean, that's tough sledding. It's not like they're 8 games out and they're a good team. They would have been 8 games out and they'd have been 10 games under 500. So, and they sold at the deadline and stuff. So that I'm disappointed that the Mariners picked up ground on the Astros this weekend.
I mean, and the one thing, a realistic hope that you have for the Astros in this last third of the season is, okay, we don't know who the hell their pitchers are going to be. Yeah. It's still TBA for the next upcoming 2 games. And
I've never seen anything like that. An upcoming series where your first 2 starters are TBD.
I'll tell you what, the TBD is, he's not very good as of late, but he's reliable.
Yeah.
He shows up a lot.
Shows up like every 3rd day.
Yeah. Well, one of the things realistically you could hope for is, okay, Hunter Brown is, if you can just get back into classic Hunter Brown shape, then there we go. And the problem is the little detail, his 4-seam fastball.
Yeah.
That's his bread and butter.
Yeah.
And it's not there.
He's walking guys.
It's like if you had a race car.
Yep.
Like, well, what's the one drawback with this race car? It doesn't drive
his
very
motor.
Fast.
Yeah.
He doesn't drive fast.
Yeah.
Is that going to be an issue?
Right. And when it does drive fast, it's all over the place. It's crashing into things.
It could drive 10 miles per hour slower than everybody else, but with remarkable control.
To your point, and I think this what you're talking about, what you just brought up, and if you missed it, the Astros have a day off today, and they play the Angels for the next 3 games, and their starters for the next 2 games, at least as of last night, were to be determined. This might have been this past weekend. I think it was Saturday's game. It was Saturday's game because that's a game they lost 10-5. I tweeted this, and I still feel this way on Monday morning. That game, unless they go on a run to the World Series, because I think Dana Brown's in serious trouble. That game might have highlighted why Dana Brown is in serious trouble.
Yeah.
For 2 straight years at the trade deadline, he didn't make any pickups in the pitching staff. And his spin on it was, well, we get these guys back from injury, and that's just like making a trade. And I said this even before he said that at the trade deadline. You know this because you do the show with me every day. I've been saying this since June and July when I saw people talking about Wisniewski and Blanco coming back. I've been saying you can't count on these guys because exactly 0 of these Tommy John guys have come back to be good. None of them. The best ones have just been inconsistent. Javier's had occasional good performances, but he's not been good. Urquidy and Garcia are out of the organization. McCullers wasn't Tommy John, but he never came back the same. And now it's after Wisniewski showed some promise the first couple starts, both of these guys in that game on Saturday, both of them, the 2 guys that Dana Brown said, well, this is just like making a trade. We got Blanco and Wisniewski coming back, and I shook my head at the time. Both, I think it's ironic, gave up identical 4-inning, 5 earned run line scores in that game. They were both terrible in that game. And this is why you're TBD in a couple of starts. None of these guys coming back from injury have been good. So this is, to me, Dana Brown. That was Saturday. I said Dana's done.
This is an abject disaster. The way he handled the pitching in the offseason. And
you're right. It goes back to February.
It goes back to February to the point where, hey, don't worry about the fact that none of the guys I brought in have actually been any good. Yeah. That we've got guys coming back from the IL. I mean, you're sitting there like Javier's got a 6.68 ERA.
Yep.
Imai, one of the guys he brought in, 5.29 ERA.
Yep.
Wisniewski, 5.16 ERA. Don't worry. Well, Blanco hasn't been doing well, but he's in AAA now. 7.71 ERA.
7.7, yeah.
So, Blanco wasn't Dana's acquisition.
We should point out, Imai's got the best ERA out of the guys you just named, and he's in the bullpen.
He's almost a sub-5 ERA.
He's banished from a starting rotation that doesn't know who the starters are going to be for the next 2 games.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're doing it.
And he was your marquee acquisition.
Yeah.
This has been just that. This has been. Has there ever been a worse? Some of you baseball historians out there, let me know. In terms of on a numbers basis and money spent. Because it wasn't a huge amount of money they spent, but they were relying on all of these guys coming in. At least a couple guys were going to work out.
Yeah,
and not Lambert, the guy that they DFA'd at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, the one guy they said wasn't good enough to be in the rotation.
But
yeah, we
got to worry about Lambert and load management in this. As we round the season out.
Chandler had a good piece on Thursday. Chandler Rome of The Athletic.
Yeah, it annoys me that he made this point and that it's accurate.
Yeah, that you got. Well, I'm
going to kill the messenger.
He made the point of a few things, but the one you're talking about is it was one of those articles 7 things to think about with the Astros on an off day. So the article dropped on Thursday last week, and he said, got to keep an eye on Peter Lambert's workload. The last time he went more than 130 innings was in 2018.
Yeah.
130 is it's not that much. Yeah. If Roger Clemens were on with us, he'd be 130 is through June for me.
130 is a warm-up.
The other thing he brought up is that the Astros offense is just way too top-heavy. And I didn't realize it was this bad. But the amount of the load that Jordan, Jeremy Payne, and Isaac Paredes are carrying for this team right now, it does that part, even though they're going to have to do a lot of moving around to accommodate it, probably with Jordan playing left field way more than we would want him to, especially last night when that ball bounced off his glove and rolled away. But that's when I see the possibility of Carlos Correa coming back. You need another bat in this lineup right now. You need another bat. So, but those 3 spots, Jordan, Pena, Paredes, combined OPS 840. Spots 4 through 9 in the order, combined OPS of nearly 200 points lower than that. It's in the high 600s.
Yeah.
So it's a very, very flawed team right now. And the only thing that's really working, 2 things. 1, Jordan Alvarez. And 2, the bullpen.
The bullpen, which is in the great. We've got a bullpen that can keep things close for the cavalry, which never arrives from your bats.
I'm telling you right now, if they make the postseason, I said this last week, and that bullpen game they had last week where the bullpen threw 8 1/3 scoreless innings, I think only hammered the point home. If they get into a wild card round and it goes 3 games, it's 2 out of 3. It's going to go Hunter, Lambert, bullpen game.
Yeah.
There won't be a third starter.
You've got to, and it's kind of be one of those high risk, high variance type of scenarios where, all right, I mean, it's going to have to be an immaculate bullpen game because you got to preserve some of those arms for a fourth or fifth game.
Well, and especially if, again, to Chandler's point, if the top of the order's not clicking, it better be an immaculate bullpen game because the score's going to be 2-1.
Right.
So we were at practice Saturday and Sunday this weekend. Mm-hmm. We worked this weekend, people. I don't know. As you drive in on Monday, Seth and I were working this weekend.
In D'Amico, I think D'Amico testing the mental toughness of these guys, wants to get them out there at 1 p.m. for these midday practices. I assumed, clearly this will be inside. No,
both of them outside. Now, we should be clear. Those practices were scheduled for those times before the Texans greatly disappointed him on Thursday.
Oh, yeah, this wasn't like a punishment.
No, it wasn't a punishment. Yeah. Although it would have been justified based on the way they played on Thursday.
Yeah.
They were not good.
They weren't good. You know what? And as it goes with D'Amico spent so much more time with the offense over the last couple of years. But I think his disgust with the team was more about the defensive effort than it was the offense.
Yeah.
Like, the offense did better. When I went back and I watched, the All-22 and everything, I think the offense, by and large, they had their issues, obviously. But I was happier with it than I thought I was going to be. The defense and the fact that the linebackers especially were so passive until Aiden Fisher came in and played like a linebacker. I think that's what was bothering him. Because you could see it, like, during the game, I'm wondering, like, okay, what the hell's going on with these backers? And I'm used to watching Azeez Elshire and Henry To'oTo'o and EJ Speed versus the run, where they are just flying up like demons out of hell.
Yep.
And we're not getting that from the Texans.
No, and at least one of those guys is going to have a significant role on this team.
Yeah.
The only linebackers that didn't play in that game were Azeez and Henry To'oTo'o. And so when they're in a base defense, one of the guys that was getting pushed around on Thursday, whether it's Wade Woodaz or Jamal Hill,
Marte
Mapu, like they're gonna be part of this thing. So that was. But we're gonna get your rewatch observations at 7:00 today. You got some rewatch observations from you?
No. We're just gonna. We're
all right. Well, we will give some good recipes out for cookies.
Yes,
good deal. Here was D'Amico Ryan's.
We're gonna have cake at 1. Do you have cake?
Yeah,
we've got cake.
Just making sure. This was D'Amico Ryan's. They got the Raiders coming to town this week. Tomorrow is joint practice at 9:00, and then cooking burgers at 11:30. Cal's gonna be out there. I'm part of his burger army.
So the combined practices, like this is big for the Texans starters who didn't play the other day. Obviously, I think they're treating this combined practice is basically the first preseason game, and then D'Amico said the starters are going to play. Anybody who's healthy is going to play in the preseason game. So that's preseason game number 2, like normal. And really, the offensive line is where it's completely unsettled at this point. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I know Keelan Rutledge is going to start, and I think Ariante Ursary is going to start at left tackle. I don't know if Keelan Rutledge is going to start at center or guard.
Yeah,
there's still a lot of competition going on there.
It's that position group's crazy right now. It's just in terms of they're shuffling guys within layers of the depth chart. They're shuffling guys horizontally and vertically on the depth chart.
And also that's. I mean, there's a chance that Rutledge could start at one of the guards, and they could move Wyatt Teller to right guard and to have Ed Ingram on the bench. I think it's genuinely wide open now.
A disaster. You gave Ed Ingram $13 million a year.
Yeah,
I mean, disastrous signing. If you got 2 good guards out there, I don't really care.
I don't know if it's. I mean, it's disastrous in the short term. If he ends up, this is. I struggle with this too because he's already proven that he can play in the system. In the first 2 weeks of training camp, it's dicey to evaluate offensive linemen because there's just a lot more to work on and get right. So I try to be patient, and people get annoyed as hell with me. But there was more good than I expected to see when I watched the backup offensive lineman.
I'm excited for 7:00 now. I can't wait to hear. Hey, I was on KHOU last night.
I know, I saw you.
It's weird. When I go on KHOU, it was just me and Zach and Jason Bristol. Mm-hmm. And you go on KHOU on the regular during the season. So I was there last night, and I'm like, man, I feel like I'm at Seth's family reunion, but Seth's not here. You know, like I'm hanging out with a bunch of Seth's relatives, they're nice. They're fun relatives. I enjoyed myself.
I'm a traveling salesman. Not always there for that.
Seth just can't make it this time. But it was fun. We did this is where I credit Jason Bristol. He's fun going on with because he's very thoughtful. We did a full KHOU Sports Extra episode, it was all Pender polls. And he made them up.
He
I
made
did.
the Pender polls up. Yeah.
He had hashtag Pender poll as one of the graphics on the screen right there. It was a good night for the brand last night.
Did you? And then did you actually put the Pender polls out?
No, I did because there were like 7 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I should.
Yeah.
I've got them all on my phone.
So you guys
we hashed
voted
them out.
on the Pender polls.
Yep.
No, Jason's really good with that stuff. Jason was. It was funny because when I first started doing Sports Extra with Bob Allen was hilarious because Bob was just like old school sports reporter. There's kind of like I don't know, like almost like the fun side of Anchorman type stuff.
Yeah.
But it was stressful for me because I didn't know what the hell I was doing on television or anything. But I didn't always know what was going on, and it was fun. But then Jason came in, and he's really super organized.
Yeah.
And he made it really easy.
He's creative
for me.
too. I like that.
Yeah.
Yep. He's really good. So if you missed it, I'm sure it's up on the KHOU stream. But that was fun last night.